Trapped a raccoon last night in the barn, had to relocate it, so getting a little bit of a slow start. It is day 3 on a 2-day job. Pruning 4 or 5 big old maples, silver maples, Norway maples, maples.
The strategy is to start with a viral vector vaccine that stimulates
Pruning job started out with these 2 guys. They were just like all over the house and everywhere, so kind of shaped those guys up. And now I'm doing backyard. This guy similarly over the house. And actually this stuff broke and was on the house, so I got that cleaned up. Just got to go up there and reduce it some more. Alright, up over the house. I kind of get tired of saying that. I feel like I'm always over the house. I'm like the over the house guy. And just trying to come up with a plan for these limbs. There's power lines and all kinds of stuff. And I'm setting up that retrievable rigging line I always use. I've had people asking me lately, dude, what's up with the retrievable rigging line? You know, if you work solo, you don't want to attach your line to a branch and not be able to get it back. So I definitely didn't invent it. I found it here on the YouTubes, but I've man, not really perfected it, but you know, practiced it, let's say. So basically my game plan here is just reducing the weight of this limb like piece by piece, you know? Just kind of chunking it out to ultimately be able to get rid of this whole thing instead of doing it all at once. That's a crotch on crotch rigging right there. Set this here. It's just like a little too heavy for me, so I'm just gonna crotch on crotch, rest it, see if I can't lighten it up just like a little bit. That'll do it. Take the tip off. Oh, that's so much better, I think, kind of. Alright, so where are we at with this limb? I've just basically been hacking at this thing. And I guess this guy needs to come next, my handle. Alright, this is gonna be like a big, crazy peel and rip, but I think it's gonna be good. It's like a janky negative rigging situation. just didn't even touch the roof. That was nice. Now that I've got it, gotta kind of take it apart before I can move it. Now I get that working with the crew is like easier and better and all kinds of things, but I also just really like doing things by myself and like figuring it out, you know? Or in this case, no, figuring it out. Definitely figuring it out. Cool, I can put it on its own crotch over here. Doing more crotch to crotch storage. There we go. Alright, now I gotta do a little reduction. You know, I hate to tell you, but like half the time when I'm up here, my pants are falling down. Alright, that's all that's left of the top, right there. The front's good. Yeah, it looks really good. I like it too.
Yeah.
The trees just look so tall and straight and everything.
My kids noticed it.
It's really good, yeah.
They came over yesterday.
Yeah.
All right, I'm out of here.
Okay. I find half the time I spend is just straightening out ropes. It's just like all I do. This is absolutely the smallest saw I could possibly cut this with, but it might work. I was like a little closer to the gutter than I had hoped, but it all worked out. Alright, so just moving out. We got a little stuff over the neighbor's action, and I guess I gotta take care of that before I return to a little bit more on this side. Just kind of, you know, going around. Oh! Alright, let's go second try on that one. I think it's gonna be a little better. Second try. Oh yeah. kind of, sort of. Oh, let's get a little closer. Come on. There we go. It is lunchtime right now, but I was just in like the perfect position to swing over and take care of a few more of the stuff, a little more of the stuff over the house. So I'm gonna do that. Even though I'm getting hungry and stuff, you know. Sometimes you just do it. All right, come here. I think this all started just because of this right here, which is some storm damage stuff that fell and kind of laid down the house. I trimmed it off the roof. It's looking like it wants to go. You know, put a sling on here. That look about it, that totally detached look. Alright, that's good. This is the dude I was worried about. Oh, it's attached pretty good. Alright, it's not as bad as I thought. Alright, so this tree is just about done. Mainly all the stuff over the house was the job. And I guess I'll take off some more little stubs. Oh, just enough. All right, time to call in the ground crew. Back at it in tree number 1, 2, 3, 4. Second one today. Saucing off on the ground crew. He's cleaning up. And this tree is just like the other ones, just a kind of like a heavy prune, get stuff off the house and this little shed they got going on. It's just, on this one, the drop zone is limited. I've only got right here for dropping, so it's a little snug. All right, so I wrapped up that job and didn't get to film the last pieces of it, but you saw a good chunk of it. You know, it was a pruning over the house kind of situation, and I actually did like 2 or 3 more of those this past week. Same kind of thing, you know, people call you up, they've got some crazy stuff hanging over the house and they want it taken care of. But I wanted to mention that I've had this kind of interesting situation going on, and it's just like, it's just specific to my town. You know, we live in kind of like a small town in the Midwest, and there is this one very well-known tree outfit in town, and I'm not going to mention the name of the place, but it's basically named after the dude who runs it, like a lot of tree businesses. And he's awesome. He's a climber, and he's got a mega crane. He's got the one big crane in town. You know, there's a couple guys with bucket trucks and stuff, but he's got the crane. And constantly, maybe every week or every other week, I will refer people to him. You know, they have like a tree that is just crazy big in the backyard, and I tell them I could do it, but it's gonna take me like a week, and if they need someone to do it in a day, they should call blah de blah. They should call this dude. He's got the big crane, call him up, he'll get it done. Invariably, they respond by saying, we tried, like we called him and he didn't respond. Or, and I got this the other day, we've been calling him for years and he never calls us back. So it's kind of weird. He's like the cream of the crop tree guy in town with a reputation of never getting back to anybody. But at the same time, he's kind of got like a good reputation that he can do the ultimate tree jobs. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of like the little fish swimming behind the shark, you know? Like they call him for a couple years and he never calls back, and then they call me and sometimes I get the job. Anyway, it's been working out okay. It's kind of interesting that his business model involves not calling people back, and yet he's still successful. I don't know if I like that or just find it weird or whatever, but it's counterintuitive. You know, it's not really the way you think of a successful business. Anyway, that is the video. Thanks for checking it out. You know this is not a how-to video. It's just not. This is not like a how to prune a tree video. It's just the story of how I did it, and I appreciate you checking it out.